You've seen Zack Snyder's 300, right? The part where Leonidas is cutting through the Persian army. If you haven't, go take a look at it real quick because the camera movement is awesome. A few years ago, I found an interview of the cinematographer describing what he did. They used three cameras side by side and a blue screen behind the actors. That's how they got around the parallax issue. The way I get around the parallax issue is I kind of don't. I set the cameras up horizontally instead of vertically like what they did back then. The reason being is because what I've experienced is that setting the cameras up horizontally makes the parallax issue more noticeable. So setting it up vertically, you can actually use cinema bars at times to help hide some of the parallax issue. Parallax issue that I'm talking about, I'll show you in more detail here in a bit. But basically what it is the background shifting slightly in comparison to where the subject is. Parallaxing issue is annoying. It's a problem that I don't like to see, and I'm going to show you how I get around it to the best of my ability. Now, depending on your shot, depending on what's in the background, that's going to make the parallax issue more noticeable or less noticeable. You got to pay attention, and what I've noticed is vertical lines, similar color, that's going to be very helpful. Also, the only way to avoid the parallax issue entirely is if you had two sensors in the exact same spot at the exact same time. You can't do that. That's not how physics work. So I have them lifted one behind the other, very, very close, as tight as I possibly can to being in the same spot at the same time. Now, what they did in Hollywood is on a much bigger budget than what I'm doing. But the benefit of this is that you can replicate this process at home. You can use whatever editing software you want to, Premiere Pro, DaVinci. I haven't tried it in Final Cut Pro or anything like that. Those are the only two that I've used. I know Morph Cut and Premiere Pro is going to be something you're using if you use this, or in DaVinci it's going to be Smooth Cut. Either way, you're going to want about 6, maybe 10 frames, Smooth Cut, blending the two shots together. How about I hop in the editing bay and show you in better detail? I'll just play this real quick for you. All right, so as you'll notice in some cases, you don't really need to do a morph cut. It's actually pretty damn close to the extent where you won't notice it. And I've got some effects going on up here. Just a zoom blur to help, because these are the two different shots. I got zoom blur going on a bit further on the lower than I do on the higher one. So that it goes like that. This is another fun spot where it worked out pretty well, but I did have to do some adjusting to the background shot. So right in here, I'm taking this shot and imposing it into that spot. And it's just feathered in. She's rotoscoped. And right here, see, she shifts. That way you achieve this. Anyway, I hope this inspires you. I hope this gives you an idea to go out and shoot something. And if it does, like, subscribe. comment what it is that you're wanting to go out and shoot, actually. Please, I'm interested in hearing. I want to see what you guys are doing. And until next time, go out and shoot something. I still haven't figured out what my outro is.